Hello, everybody. Welcome to a gorgeous evening here from virtual Rockingham Speedway here for the NASRA Tuesday Night Truck Series. Got a great race here for you all. We got myself, Adam Newbert, and my co-host Brady LaBeouf here with our producer Cody Knott back in the booth here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. We got clear skies, 70 degrees, and 2-mile-an-hour wind here on the old racing surface of Rockingham. This is a nice bumpy track. Brady, what can we look forward to here tonight?
Oh, I'm definitely looking for a great race out of these guys. Typically, you look at Rockingham, it almost acts as a short track, but it's not a short track, right? Because it's a mile long. But the Triple M Pull and Truck Series was here a couple of weeks ago, and those guys, I mean, they had a field of 35 guys, I want to say, that was in that race. And we saw a lot of, uh, beating and banging, tire strategy played a factor in that race. But overall, it was a good race, Adam.
This is one of my favorite tracks to race on. This is really a driver's track. It takes a lot of throttle control, takes a lot of car control to get around this joint. It's just an exciting race to watch and really exciting to just race in it.
Yeah, the guys are going to have to watch coming off of two. Coming off of two, the truck wants to get real light, and you tend to get loose on fresh tires, and so you got to build up some heat in the tires and whatnot to get it going. So we'll keep an eye on that. But like I said, it's a fun track. We didn't really race here that much. It was our first time, uh, but the guys after the race begged me to put it on for the next season. So you'll see Rockingham on the schedule for most of the races and seasons on NASRA.
I think it's also kind of a multi-lane track. You got some guys that they can go in turn one and kind of do that Bristol arc is what I like to say. Kind of let it drift up high and then arc it back down. And also in 3 and 4, you can run the high line, you can run the low line. I think the big part is to watch the wall coming off turn two. Make sure you don't hit the wall. I think that's the big warning spot right there. We got
Yeah,
some
and I'm
guys on
interested.
the track qualifying right now.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see these times. We saw some flats and some ones. Oh, somebody got in the wall right there. Can't really make out who that is.
Dustin
That's number
Scruggs.
11. Yeah, old Dustin Scruggs. He was talking a little bit during his lap. I bet he wishes he would have just been concentrating on that lap right there, and he wouldn't have hit the wall.
I'm sure. I'm sure so. But that's exactly what we just talked about. Watching for that wall coming off those corners. You can give it too much. You can give it too much, and you can find yourself in that wall. I believe the last time the Cup Series ran here was 2004. I believe Matt Kenseth was the last winner there. We'll have to go back to our stat sheet and check that. Nonetheless, folks, you guys are in for a show here. We got a good field of drivers here tonight. Kind of a small field, only 10 drivers, but it's going to be a good one to watch. I think there's going to be a lot of good side by side racing.
Yeah, Adam, and it looks like we're about a minute left in qualifying. We usually typically do 10-minute qualifying, 2 laps. Best lap, we'll take at Nazareth. And it looks like so far we got Dustin Scruggs on the pole with a 24.051, Patrick Duggenberger with a 24.068, Raul Meza with a 24.202 in third, Zachary Dawes with a 24.204, Rhett Tucker with a 24.337 in fifth, and Kyle Hess with a 24.504 in sixth. So it looks like you got some pace and guys about 5/10 off, so it should be pretty interesting.
So 4 total sets of tires. They'll have one to start off with, 3 extra sets, 2 stages. First stage lap 50, second stage lap 100. the total laps we're going to do is 150. So how much is tire wear going to play effect here?
Yeah, this place loves to eat up tires. So the guys are definitely every time they pit during the stages, they're gonna want to get four fresh tires. We've seen some guys try to use two tires here, and it really didn't work out. Didn't pan out for them. They dropped to the back within a couple of laps. So I know if I was in the race, I would take four fresh tires every pit stop.
Yeah, I'd have to absolutely agree with you there. As there you see our starting lineup: Dustin Scruggs nabbing the pole, Patrick Daubenberger in second, Raul Meza third, Zachary Doust fourth, Rhett Tucker fifth, Kyle Hess sixth, Nathan Rogie seventh, Huck Wigginton in eighth, Brandon Broadfoot ninth, and Brady, you're not racing, but you're listed 10th. You're going to be up here announcing and doing some race control. Guys, here we're still waiting to grid up. Got Zachary Douse there now popping up on the grid, and believe that's going to give us everybody on the grid. Hill gets rolling here at Rockingham as they head to turn one for their pace lap. Dustin Scruggs sitting right there on the pole. Today's broadcast brought to you by NASRA 360 Racing Network. Glad to have you all here watching with us as the field round turn 1 and 2. It'll be real exciting here to see what happens. They head down the back straightaway looking to get the green when they come back around to the start finish line.
Yeah, sorry about that, Adam. Had to go in there and do a quick driver's meeting. I wasn't planning to announce tonight, so I'm kind of doing double duty tonight.
That's all right, but I hear you got an announcement for us.
Yeah, so instead of 150 laps, the guys want to run just 100. So we're going to do one stage break at 50, and then we'll do a total laps of 100 tonight.
All right, so definitely making it more of a dash as here we go. Green flag is out in the air. Wow, Daubenberger got a great start there. Dustin Scruggs already dropping to that bottom line, dropping to the back. Daubenberger with a great start right here. He gets clear of these Raul Meza and Rhett Tucker behind him. Oh, we got a wreck behind. That looked like Rhett Tucker. I'm sorry, that looked like Dustin Scruggs.
Yeah, that's definitely Dustin Scruggs.
Had the car go on its side right there. So here we see the Pulse Poppers instant replay. Dustin there, getting a little bit of those left sides on the apron. Looking all clean right here. Looks like he just kind of cleared himself up off the corner right there in front of Nathan Rogie. Man, up and on his side. Huck Wigginton barely scooching by right there.
Yeah, Huck makes it through there. That's some great driver awareness by him right there. But Dustin Scruggs, I guess I guess he thought he was clear. I'm not too sure because that's teammates right there. Kind of curious to see what happened right there and what they're talking about.
Yeah, no fast repairs for these guys. So Dustin Scruggs, the damage has retired his truck from the race. Looked like he had spun the tires on the start and decided to drop back to the back right there. And then just kind of cleared himself off the corner, and then, man, just kind of unfortunate for Dustin on lap 1. Starting on the pole and just didn't work out for him. So that gives the lead to Patrick Dobbenberger. See Nathan Rogie there with some front end damage. We'll see if he comes down pit road right here trying to get some repairs. And he will, followed by Huck Wigginton right there behind him.
Yeah, it's bad luck right there, especially when you got a teammate right there. You know, you'd think there would be a little bit more give and take right there, or some communication. But I just think that he must have thought he was clear by his spotter, and apparently he wasn't.
Yeah, if I was Dustin Scruggs, I would probably be looking for a new spotter. Hearing from our fantastic producer Cody Knott that Matt Kenseth was indeed the last winner here when the NASCAR Cup Series came to Rockingham back in 2004. A little bit of history. They are talking about repaving this place and potentially bringing it back up to its former glory. I think that would be really awesome to see this place repaved. I think that this is probably one of my favorite tracks, and I think it deserves to be on the NASCAR calendar somewhere with a good repave. A lot of talk too about the Nashville Fairgrounds. You know, they got a lot of work. I hear there's an announcement coming pretty soon about the fairgrounds, North Wilkesboro. A lot of great stuff going on there. A lot of these old NASCAR tracks being revived. So I think it's great to see iRacing have these tracks and see races on these tracks, in my opinion.
I completely agree with you, Adam. And you know, North Wilkesboro, that whole All-Star race, I think is going to be awesome. But I definitely want to see this track come back to life and be put on the NASCAR Cup Series schedule. I think there's some chatter about it maybe in 2024. I think it would be great for the sport and the fans, especially everybody in that area. So I'm definitely hoping that you know, sometime in the near future that they can make that happen.
Absolutely, Brady. We got the pace car pulling off here. We're going to restart coming to lap number 6. Patrick Dobbenberger again with a great start there on the inside. Raul Meza quickly falls in right behind him, single file, followed by Rhett Tucker, Zachary Dowd, Kyle Hess in 5th. See Raul trying to get a little bit of a run off turn 2 right here and try to challenge Patrick for this lead right here.
Yeah, don't count Raul out. You know, he was here just about 3 weeks ago, so it's still fresh in his mind of, you know, how that race went and everything, and he's pretty aggressive right here. He definitely wants that lead, and he definitely takes it right there. So
Love
good for Raul.
what I just saw. Raul went through 3 and 4, went to the high side. Patrick went to the inside. Raul got that great run off that corner. That's part of what I love here. Is you still have some multi-group racing.
Absolutely, and there we see Rhett Tucker making a battle now for second place. He's going to be a driver to watch tonight, Adam. You know, anytime Rhett Tucker's in these races, he's one of the favorites. And I know he's coming off that huge win at Talladega last Friday night where he won $750. So Rhett Tucker, definitely a driver to watch as he takes over the second position.
And I believe it was last Tuesday night in this series, he won at Talladega as well. So I believe that was him. He's definitely got some good skill behind that wheel.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so top four settling in here. Raul Meza leading, followed by Rhett Tucker second, Patrick Dovenberger in third, followed by Zachary Doust in fourth, with Kyle Hess right there back in fifth. Brandon Broadfoot's kind of sitting back there in the sixth position. Nathan Rogie seventh, Huck Wigginton in eighth, Dustin Scruggs in ninth, retired from the race after that lap one incident. So, gonna be curious to see, we're gonna go 50 laps in this stage. Raul and Rhett. This is when Rhett's gotta kind of focus in and not really burn up his stuff too much. He's kind of just, looks like he's kind of just cruising behind Raul here. Probably not trying to use as much tire and be there at the end of this run. It's probably his strategy right now.
Yeah, you got the stage break coming up and, 30, 39 laps. So, you want to get a baseline for your tires, Adam. You want to see, what your tire wear is like in a 50 lap run, because you'll have, a little less than a 50 lap run on the second run. So now's the time to figure out what you can and can't do. You want to figure out the track and what your truck's capable of, as we see Rhett Tucker now challenging for the lead.
Yeah, he now dives to the inside of Meza. See what happens right here through 1 and 2. Really curious to see if Raul can keep a run. And it looks like he's just going to give it to Rhett right there, not really trying to fight him too hard for it.
Yeah, right here you don't really want to push the issue. That wall coming off the 2 comes up really, really fast. So I think Raul's just going to kind of ride right here and see if he can kind of learn a little bit from Rhett.
Back in third, everything's still remaining the same back there. Rhett's kind of in control after 13 laps, coming to lap number 15. Kind of run through the field here. There's Patrick Dovenberger there in third. There he is. Patrick in that 22nd. Zachary Doust in that 71. And Kyle Hess in the NASRA 360 Racing Network truck in fifth. Nathan Rogie in sixth. Huck Wigginton right there in seventh. And Brandon Broadfoot in eighth.
Yeah, Adam, just to tell the viewers at home a little bit about this series, it was created, with a not so much where you had to commit to a full 20-week season. They basically just, the guys that wanted to run a lot, they took their best 7 races. So you actually got 13 drop weeks during the year, which is, hey, you want to run 7 races, you'll qualify for the championship. Or if you want to run 20 races, you got 13 drops. So it's all about best finishes throughout the season. So these guys, they'll be racing for a championship next week at Las Vegas.
You're absolutely right, Brady. And when do the playoffs start in this series?
Well, they didn't have any playoffs because, like I said, they're looking at their 7 best races throughout the whole entire season, and then the guys that qualify for those races are tiered. So you have like a tier A, a tier B, and a tier C. So you're only racing guys within your tier group. So there's no playoffs, but best 7 races, and then they'll assign you to a certain tier.
So definitely lots of opportunity in this series to come in and, race. You don't have to make every race. Works great for guys like me who can't always make every race during the week. And our producer tells us that last week at Talladega, it was Rhett Tucker who did grab the win. And if y'all go back and remember that, if anybody that watched, we had a 4-wide photo finish between Rhett Tucker, Dustin Scruggs, Zachary Doust, and Nathan Rogie. All of those guys drive for RTR Esports, Rhett Tucker Racing. And Rhett Tucker ended up coming away with a win. That was definitely a thrilling finish last season. All 4 of those guys finished within 4.5 thousandths of each other. So that was definitely a great, well, 45,000. So that was definitely a great race last week. Those guys definitely showed how to dominate at Talladega's. Now Rhett Tucker is dominating early on here at Rockingham. And pulling away from Raul Meza. He's opened up his gap now to about 1.4 seconds. And we'll see if his teammates, we talked about him, Zachary Dowse and Nathan Rogie are still in this race. Dustin was the one that wrecked out on lap 1. We'll see if his teammates can come up and try to do a 1-2-3 for this team tonight. Gotta say, our best battle on track right now looks like to be the 00 of Huck Wigginton and the 24 of Brandon Broadfoot. You know, Brandon's just kind of been trying to track down Huck back there. Oh, and we just had an incident back there between Huck and Brandon. Wow, not really too sure what happened right there. Looks like Huck. Oh man, we'll have to see the replay on that one. Coming off turn 2, definitely a big incident there. We'll see the Pulse Poppers instant replay. They were side by side. This is a big danger zone. Really hard to take it side by side right here, Brady.
Yeah, and I really can't see from this angle, but trying to figure out they're separated right here, but
I think it's on the
one
next
comes
lap,
up and somebody
possibly.
comes down. I don't know.
I believe it's on the next lap. Huck just kind of overdrove it off the corner there. Got up and hit the wall, bounced back off. Got Brandon Broadfoot with him, and both drivers able to continue, still on track at this moment.
Yeah, and that's the good thing. At least they're both able to keep moving forward. So even if one of them goes a lap down or whatnot, they can get the lucky dog coming up on the stage break here, and right at 23 laps.
Yeah, so definitely opportunity for them. Kind of get some damage repair up underneath that stage, but definitely kind of not really what they wanted to see here in this first stage, as they have now fallen about 13 seconds back for Brandon Broadfoot and almost 15 seconds back now for Huck Wigginton from race leader Rhett Tucker. There you see Kyle Hess. He's moved up to 4th. He is slowly and steadily working his way up, through this field. He's passed Zachary Dowse for that 4th position. He's about 4 seconds behind our race leader. And I think almost kind of ticking away a little bit of time on that last lap. So I'd be curious to see, we're starting to get to the second half of this run right here. It's going to be curious to see who we see emerge to the front. We still got Rhett Tucker out front by a second and a half over Patrick Dovenberger, who's moved into second. Raul Meza has dropped down to 3rd, and Dovenberger there, you can see he's kind of catching Meza for Tucker.
Yeah, I just have to believe that Roll kind of ate up his tires early on the run, so he's dropping back. And guys like Kyle Hess, they tend to save tires at the beginning of the run for them to pay off here throughout the run once we get to the end of it.
Be curious to see if Dovenberger can run down Rhett Tucker right here. Give him a challenge for that stage win. He's kind of been out there cruising by himself. As you can see from his picture there, just cool, calm, and collected, and just having a good time.
Yeah, well, I'm watching some of Rhett's times here. He's running a 25.332, and Patrick's running 25.1s and 2s, so a 25.215 there for Patrick. So he's about a tenth to 2/10 quicker than Rhett each lap.
I think coming down to the stage end, that's going to be a pretty good race for that stage victory. And I mean, I think Kyle Hess is even potentially showing good pace to catch these two if he can keep up the pace he's got. Looks like he's closing in on Raul Meza here. See if he can make quick work of Raul when he gets to him and maybe try to charge after those two up in front of him. But I think Kyle is ticking away just slowly and surely at Rhett Tucker's time. Rhett may have gotten himself out to too big of a lead, maybe used the stuff up a little bit too much, and now these other guys are starting to close in on him a little bit.
Yeah, Raul looks like he just continues to wash up through the turns, and Kyle S is able to keep the truck down there on the bottom. So, well, now he goes to the top. So, try to get that run off the corner there, Adam.
I like that. He definitely takes it up high and then arcs it off, and he's got a little bit of a better run from Raul going down that front straightaway. Dives in, both of them go up high right here and arc it off, and Kyle with a little bit of a better run coming off the corner right there. I think he's just got the better tires overall, as now he dives into the inside. This is going to be the battle for third, and he's going to make quick work of Raul right there, coming to 14 to go in this stage. So Kyle's closed it down to 3.8. He was 3.5 seconds behind about 5 laps ago, so he's definitely closing in. Patrick is slowly closing in. That gap seems to have maybe evened out a little bit. I think Kyle Hess right now looking like, yeah, definitely evened out. Kyle Hess probably looking like the fastest guy on the racetrack right now. See if we can get a look at Kyle Hess's lap times. And there's his times over Raul Meza. Raul about 3 to 4 tenths slower, 2 tenths slower each lap. So Raul's definitely kind of burning stuff up here. Kyle Hess is continuing to move and close in on these two up here. Because when Rhett Tucker gets in line.
Kyle Hess is running 3 tenths faster than the 2 liters up front. So doing a great job with tire management there.
Yeah, he's now got that gap down to 1.9 seconds, and Patrick has closed his gap now down to about 9/10 of a second to Rhett Tucker. There you go. See it right there. Kyle closing in on Patrick Davenberger about 2 tenths, 2.5 tenths, 3 tenths a lap. Looking like he's got some great speed.
Yeah, we'll check the times here at the line, but that's Rhett Tucker's coming to the line, so that's a 25.585 for Tucker, a 25.67 for Patrick, and a 25.33 for Kyle. So Kyle 2 tenths faster than these guys.
They can keep that up. I think he's gonna be there by the end of this stage. He's got 10 to go, coming to 9 to go as we come off turn number 4 in this stage. See him, he's creeping up on Davenberger now.
And he's just getting in the corners so much better than the other two. You can just see how he's able to kind of dive in there, and the truck doesn't wash up. So, ooh, it's kind of a scary moment right there for him.
Huck Wiggins in the lap car there. There you go. That's a great view of the top 3 in their lap times right there. Kyle Hess definitely the fastest one out of that bunch, and even faster right there, gaining 1.13 there. Gets a little bit high right there, 1 and 2. He's going to get a good run off here if he can keep it. And he does, and he's going to go right to the inside of Davenberger for second. Davenberger going to try to fight back on this outside right here. So that's going to be tough. If Patrick can fight him on that outside, it's going to be tough for him to get around. But Patrick's just going to let him go that time. He's going to let him have it, kind of recognizing he's a little bit faster than him. And man, Kyle Hess is 2 tenths faster than Rhett Tucker. He closed it down to about 1.1. So we'll see if he can close in and make a run for this stage win. Coming to 6 to go.
Yeah, you just see him charging the corners, and a great slide job right there on Patrick to take over the second position. So Kyle Hess has definitely got to watch tonight.
You got to pull for him too, having that NASRA 360 Racing Network logo on that truck.
Oh yeah, you know, Kyle's a Mission 1 esports guy, so always pulling for Kyle whenever he's running. He's definitely had some bad luck, you know, here lately, so it's always good to see him running up front, you know.
Here you see Kyle's onboard coming up on a, see little Brett Tucker there coming up on a lap traffic of Brandon Broadfoot. Those two guys who cannot wait to get the stage in is Brandon Broadfoot and Huck Wigginton after their contact earlier coming off turn 2. Kyle now has closed it down. 0.4 of a second, Brady. He's coming in. He's going to come in for this stage win right here, I think. You know, he was about 0.3 faster than Brett Tucker that last lap.
Yeah, I was interested to see how this lap car was going to play a factor, but Brandon staying out the way, being courteous and respectful of those guys, so good job by him. And Kyle is just charging these corners. I'd give him by this next corner, he should be out in front of Tucker.
Yeah, he had a great run on the outside of Broadfoot there. Had a great run through 3 and 4. Really catapulted him down that straightaway. He's there. I mean, 2 to go at the line right here, but this is going to be a fun little race to watch right here.
Yeah, and a key note, you know, it's the completion of lap 50, so it's not until they cross the line for lap 51. Yeah,
side by side. Kyle got in there. Rhett got the run on the outside, though. Kyle didn't have enough room to take that run off the corner there. He might have about one more shot at it at 3 and 4 in this last lap of the stage.
And that's what you got to do, you know, if you're in Rhett's position, you know, give them the bottom. The top's where you kind of want to be at the end of the run to protect the, you know, getting off the corner. So Rhett just did a great job right there by protecting the lead.
Absolutely. Rhett Tucker off turn 4. He's going to win the stage here at Rockingham. Kyle Hess is going to get second as the caution flag flies to end stage number 1. All right, so that stage ended with Rhett Tucker, Kyle Hess, Zachary Doppelberger, Raul Meza, Zachary Dowston 5th, Nathan Roby 6th, Brandon Broadfoot 7th, and Huck Wigginton rounding out there in 8th position. Brady, I don't see Rhett Tucker anywhere. Let's see if you want to talk to Kyle Hess here once they get off pit road.
Yeah, we'll let him do his pit stop, and then we'll bring him in here for some questions.
As we see the drivers coming down pit road here. Don't believe I'm gonna be able to move him. You'll have to move him, Brady.
I'll get it done. I seen Kyle kind of overshot his pit box a little bit, so that's going to hurt him. We'll have to keep an eye and make sure he doesn't lose any spots.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna come off still in second.
Well, yeah, that's a good recovery by him.
See Kyle Hess on screen, finishing second in that last stage. Had a great run there towards the end of that stage. And Brady, looks like you caught up with Kyle here. Some onboard radio chatter.
Chatter.
Yeah. What's going on, Kyle? Man, tell us about that first run right there.
Oh man, just kind of laying back, saving my tires, seeing what I got, and just seeing what I have for the end of the run. About all I
Yeah.
really done, and I ended up getting myself to second place, catching up to Rhett. I think if I had a few more laps, I would have had him. So
Yeah, we saw you try to make the move right there, about two to go. Did you learn something right there? You think the next time you're in that situation, you kind of figure out how to get around them?
well, it's all like on that one. Since I'm running in VR, it looked like he was getting ready to come down on me a little bit coming out of the corner. I think it was either one or two. It was one of the corners, but it looked like he was getting ready to chop my nose. So when it looked like he chopped my nose, I just kind of laid back and I was like, second for the stage is fine. Just we got another 45 laps to go. So just
So,
trying to be here for the end of the race.
yeah, so real
So
quick before we let you go, what's your plan? You're going to kind of save tires, or you're going to go forward and try to make Rhett burn up his stuff early on in the run?
oh, I don't quite know yet, but that would be for y'all to find out in these next 45 laps.
All right.
All
Well, we
right.
sure appreciate you, Kyle. Good luck to you the rest of the
Yep.
race.
Yeah, not a problem, man.
Good luck, Kyle.
Thank you, Adam.
Great talk to Kyle there. He wasn't going to tell us his secrets right there. That's going to be really great to watch right here.
Yeah. So what are you thinking? You thinking Rhett's the truck to beat, or are you thinking Kyle's going to make more of a challenge for him? What you thinking about this last stage?
We're going to restart this race with about 45 laps to go. Ignore the laps up top. We are going to end this race at lap number 100. So we'll restart at 45 to go. It's going to be a shorter stage here, so we're going to see Kyle's going to have to maybe go a little bit quicker if he wants to get red.
Green flag, green flag.
Rhett Tucker's going to get the green flag right here and lead the field off and down into turn number 1 side by side of Kyle Hess. He's going to get clear of Hess. We see our old Mesa and Salvenberger getting side by side. We're third back there behind them. So this is going to be the great thing to watch here. Kyle Hess is in second. This is his first opportunity of the race to kind of decide what he wants to do with the stage. Is he going to pursue Rhett Tucker right here? Is he going to lay back? I think Kyle's going to try to lay back. I just don't see him, watching how some of these other guys burn up their tires early on in that last stage. I don't think Kyle's going to want to do that to his truck.
Yeah, I agree with you, Adam. I just think that he wants to stay. I think he wants to stay a little bit closer to Rhett this time, though. I don't think he wants Rhett to get that huge lead like he had. Stay 3 or 4 seconds out. He wants to stay as close as he can while trying to save those tires.
Yeah, Zachary Dowse right there in third behind him. He wants to get up here and have a little say-so in this. So looks like he's kind of pushing early on here to see if he can track down these two, maybe get a hold of that lead. All right, we apologize for a technical issue there, but we should be all back right here. Is Rhett Tucker out front here on lap 60. 41 to go here from Rockingham. We've seen Zachary Dowse. He's moved up to second. Kyle Hess is in third, and now Kyle Hess is under attack from Raul Meza on his inside. So Zachary Dowse is definitely trying to get after Rhett Tucker and push those tires on that 99 truck. See if he can have a little say-so in this race. Still back behind these two. You got side by side for third as Kyle Hess back there is going to give that position to Raul Meza. Raul moves up to third. Oh, wonder if Zachary Dowse may have got the wall a little bit right there off turn 2. I believe he got it just a little bit.
Yeah, he definitely got it. It's going to have some damage on his right front, so we'll definitely keep an eye on that and see how that affects his truck later on in this run.
Yeah, and you kind of already see him drifting up top there, like he's a little bit tighter going into those corners. A little bit of right side damage or right front damage is definitely going to hurt you. You know, this track is so bumpy that any damage a little bit to the suspension or aerodynamic will really affect the handling of these race trucks as they go down to these corners and try to handle these bumps. That's a really big deal. His right front don't look too bad from the wheel, and not too bad there on the right rear. E-Man got in the way there with not too much damage.
Yeah, you just hope it doesn't make him want to overdrive the corners and whatnot, because he's definitely going to have to work a little bit harder. But I know Rhett's smiling right now because he's starting to pull away from these guys.
Rhett's putting down some good lap times in that truck, you know, running about a 24:32 compared to these guys. They're running about 24:50s in the back. So Rhett's putting down some quick laps here, but we'll be curious to see if he can hang on to that. As Brandon Broadfoot has retired from the race. Too much damage there on that truck for him to continue on. We see Raul Meza in third in that Servpro truck. You know, Raul started off this race really strong, and maybe he's kind of thinking the same thing. Looks like him and Kyle are kind of running pretty similar to the same pace. They might be trying to save just a little bit more, try to run these guys down. You know, I think we kind of saw Kyle starting to run down those leaders with about 20 to go in the last stage. So I think around about lap 80, you're going to start seeing these guys really starting to push a little bit more.
Yeah, I would say lap 80 is going to be the go time. You know, that you'll have 20, 21 laps to go. You're definitely going to be pushing as much as you can, because this is a shorter run than the first one. So we should see it, and it's going to be interesting to see if Rhett can hold off somebody like Kyle, and what is he willing to do to get the victory here tonight.
Yeah, are they hanging too far back though, Brady? I mean, Raul's about 2.5 seconds back, and Kyle's about 3 seconds back now. You know, are they hanging back a little bit too much, getting too big of a gap?
It's just hard to say right now until we see, that the tires, I guess, equal out, or the next 10 laps, what times, Rhett's running compared to what those guys are running. Is it being too conservative or being too aggressive? We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, Daubenberger there, you see him in the 5th position. He's caught Kyle Hess, and he's starting to put a little bit of pressure on Kyle Hess here. You know, he's definitely feeling a sense of urgency that he wants to get going, try to get up here and challenge for this race win. But Raul still is leading that little 3-car group right there. Zachary Dowson's about 9/10 of a second behind Rhett Tucker here, so see if Zachary has saved up anything a little bit better than Rhett here towards the middle part of this run. I think Rhett right now is car control. He's definitely got the space behind him if he wanted to back off and save a little bit. See all those guys, the battle for first there on the right side of your screen. Rhett, all those intervals are just growing. Rhett Tucker is definitely in control of this race right now and pulling away. You know, lap 72, about 9 laps away from lap 80, where I think we're going to start seeing some of these other guys really push Rhett.
Yeah, I mean, as we're seeing, just his last 5 laps, he's very, very consistent. He's got a 24, 79, a 77, a 75, a 67. And an 87, so he's definitely being very consistent right there with those lap times.
Yeah, Raul was the only one that matched him on that last lap. There you see Raul definitely putting out some quick times right there. That time Bob Tucker ran a 78 compared to a 94, a 90, and an 81. So he's still in control here. See Raul trying to maybe run down Zachary Doust. Kind of matching lap time, most laps with him, pretty close to each other. And maybe even Zachary Doust having the faster truck. Brett Tucker coming off turn 4. We're going to get 25 to go in this race. The 99, we've seen him out front for the majority of it.
Well, Adam, you know, if you're Rhett Tucker here, you saw what, and as we see the battle for third heat up, and Kyle Hess looks like he's going to take that spot from Raul. But you know, if you're Rhett, and you saw what happened on that last run, and you have this lead per se over, you know, 3.7 second lead over Kyle, do you kind of like back it up a little bit and try to conserve some tire, or you just kind of just go forward and continue to extend that lead?
I think back it up a little bit. I would definitely want to back it up a little bit and save a little bit of tire, even if it meant giving up a little bit of time. You know, there's still a good little ways to go in this race. A lot of time. You know, if he saves those tires and Kyle doesn't run it down at the end, he's got to have a little something to race with. He can't just give it up that easy to Kyle Hess. As Kyle ran a little bit quicker than Rhett Tucker that last lap. He's definitely he was the fastest of the top 3 that last lap.
Now, as we saw last week with Ross Chastain doing the video game move at Martinsville, you think we'll see something like that tonight at the Rock?
I don't know if that'll work here, but I would love to see it. I mean, what did you think about that Ross Chastain move there, Brady?
I mean, if you want something to catch you off guard and be spectacular, I mean, that was it. Like, I would have never imagined that he would have attempted to do it, more or less pull it off. Like, you're talking about, you know, somebody that's going out there to think about doing it and then execute it and coming out on top after doing it. I mean, it was just amazing to me.
I absolutely love the move. You know, it's gotten some criticism from some drivers, even from some fans. That move has been kind of criticized, but to me, you're trying to race for a chance to get in a race for a championship. That move is completely warranted. There's nothing in the rule book about it. And I think, personally, that's, you know, NASCAR talks about they want to make a rule for it potentially for next year now, but I think that's what they've created with this playoff format. I think that's exactly what they wanted out of it, is a lot of entertainment, and that's what they got. So for me, for them to say, hey, we might make a rule and change it's kind of silly to me. I think that, you know, that should be completely okay, you know.
Yeah, and I think, you know, you got two sides of it, right? You know, you got the Ross fans on one side, the Denny Hamlin fans on another, so that's where, you know, your praise and your criticism is going to come from. But I just don't see how you police something that's, you know, not as far as being considered illegal. You know, it's just, as we see Zachary Douse getting the wall right there. But no, I don't see how you make a rule about it.
I don't think you can. And we're sitting here chatting away, Brady, and there's a 4-way battle for second place right here. A lot of good racing. We saw Zachary getting the wall off turn 2. Now we see Kyle Hess go to the inside and clear Zachary getting into that corner. So move Kyle Hess up to second there, but Rhett Tucker is loving what he's been seeing back here because it has just allowed him to get away. And now that gap between him and Kyle Hess with coming to 15 to go is probably way too big to be made up.
Yeah, just that last lap, Kyle was still 2/10 off of his time, so it's definitely Rhett's race to win here, that's for sure.
I think most of these drivers probably want to see a caution Maybe a little bit of contact back there in the back between Mesa and Doust. That last lap, Kyle Hess and Brett Tucker separated by just 3/1000th of a second, with Brett Tucker having the fastest time. So I don't think Kyle Hess is going to have the pace here to try and run down Brett Tucker, but he's going to try nonetheless.
Absolutely, and you know, as you see, Putt Wickenden go by there, he's going to be scored 2 laps down now, but we haven't heard too much from like guys like Nathan Rogie. We saw he had damage at the beginning. He's 14 seconds off pace. But a good showing for, you know, guys like Zachary and Patrick and Raul, you know, and so, you know, everybody I think should be happy about the way they ran tonight, you know, even though Rhett's been kind of the truck to beat.
Absolutely, and look at Nathan Rogie, you know, that front end damage that he got from lap 1 has probably definitely affected him. He's definitely got some right side damage. Looks like he's been in that wall maybe a time or two after that incident. So I think you're right. You know, got some good showing. Got a lot of good racing mid-pack between that 2nd and 5th position. You know, had a few guys there with some misfortune. And Nathan Rogie, Hug Wigginton, Brandon Broadfoot. You know, those guys had some misfortune. Dustin Scruggs on lap 1. You know, a good showing though from 2nd on back, 2nd to 5th there. And Rhett Tucker just in complete control of this race. I don't know. I think he may have. Has he led every lap? I'm not really sure about. I don't think he has. No, Dahlberger led the race at first.
Yeah.
Old Mesa on screen there in the 3rd position. His best lap of this race has been 24:17. There you kind of see the tire fall off. You know, his best lap's at 24:17. His last lap he ran was a 25:37. So over about coming up on a 40 lap run here. You know, you've got a little bit over a second of tire fall off there. I have to go back and look. It looks like Rhett Tucker took the lead on lap number 13 and has not looked back since.
And that's what I was researching for, Adam, was when he did take that lead over. So sorry about that, but yet, as we come in to get 7 laps to go in this race, Kyle is running faster than Rhett. I just don't think he's going to have enough time to pick up 5.8 seconds. It's just it's too much of a gap.
Yeah, and the pace just ended up. It's been, you know, just 500s that last lap. You know, just a little bit of time here and there. And actually, Rhett Tucker was the faster truck on that last time, a few hundredths. There in sector 2 for Kyle Hess.
So yeah,
just lap time was too similar.
Yeah, Rhett Tucker's just going to coast it to victory tonight. You know, pending nothing, you know, catastrophic happens to him, which I don't see it happening. You know, like I said, you just kind of ride it right along and ride it out, take it easy. You know, at this point, you give up a second a lap, and you know, Rhett Tucker's not one to, you know, give up a victory that's pretty much a done deal at this point.
Absolutely not. He's definitely not just going to lay over and give it to you. You know, barring a caution here, it just seems to be wrapped up in his hands. And Kyle Hess has definitely pulled away and made himself, you know, definitely 100% confident he is the second best driver today. You know, he's riding in that 2nd position. It's pulled away from 3rd place Raul Mesa. Raul Mesa has pulled away from 4th place Patrick Dahlberger. Rhett Tucker in that Malware Bites 99 in control here with 3 to go. Zachary Douse, you see on screen there in that 71. Kyle Hess and second off turn number 2. Brett Tucker, a winner everywhere he goes. He was a winner in the Triple M4 Truck Series, the first season that he ran over there in that series. Won several races. You know, you see him all the time racing in a lot of these big races, winning some races, always up front in contention at the end. You know, he won the NASRA ARCA championship that we had earlier this year. We ran an ARCA series in NASRA. Brett Tucker was able to grab the championship in that with a big win at Bristol when we went there for that Final Four. As he takes the white flag here at Rockingham.
Yeah, he found himself another payday with that one. It was $400 went to the champion for that season. So congratulations to Red again for pulling that off.
Absolutely, he's gonna round turn number 4 right here. Off turn 4, Brett Tucker gonna grab the win here at Rockingham. Kyle Hess will finish second. It's a well-deserved win for Brett Tucker there. You see him heading to turn number 3. He's gonna probably come around turn 3 and 4 and do a little burnout for us.
Yeah, just a great job by Rhett. He ran that first run and he must have figured out, that he pushed it too hard in the beginning. So he saved a little bit more tire that last run and he pretty much just dominated, this last half of this race.
Absolutely, he's burning it down there. Great burnout right there. But yeah, you're absolutely right. He just, from the time he took the lead, really, and that second stage, he was just absolutely dominant. Definitely figured out what he needed to do, what he did wrong in the first stage, carried it over to the second stage, and just was untouchable. He burned it down the front stretch. Maybe we can go ahead and try to pull our third place finisher, Raul Meza, up.
Hey, Raul, this is Brady and Adam in the NASRA 360 Racing Network booth. You got it?
Copy. What's up, fellas?
Hey, how's it going tonight? So, first question is what did you think about the race tonight?
It was fun. It was a lot of fun racing with these guys. I was trying to stay out of trouble and try to not get anybody pissed off. This is, I think, the second time I've raced at Rockingham, and it's fun. It's a very bumpy, fun track. I can tell you that.
Yeah, so what was the challenges that, were at hand tonight? Tire wear looked like it played a factor. We saw you take the lead up there, but you kind of fell back. Was tire wear the biggest issue tonight for you?
Absolutely. I just wasn't able to figure that out. I saw the guys right before the end of stage one and right before the stage break. Kyle and the other guys were catching up pretty quick right before the end of that stage. And I just wasn't able to figure it out. Tire wear was definitely one of my weakest points here.
Okay, well, before we let you go, Adam, you got any questions for Raul?
Yeah, well, just drove a great race right there. Look, you were definitely had some great speed, some great, speed to definitely get up there and compete with Rhett and Kyle. Uh, I mean, just what else did you felt like you needed right there? What did you feel like you could have done differently?
I think the only way I was going to be able to put up a good run for these guys was another caution. That would have been a really good factor. I did notice I was able to take the lead right there in the beginning and kind of just push a little bit, but that caution never came up. And tire wear was just it was just unforgiving.
Yeah, definitely. Look, you had some good long run pace there. Well, it's great to hear from you, Raul. Congratulations on third place. Got anybody you'd like to shout out?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank the whole NASRA team, man. It's a great, great group of guys, and I just can't get tired of saying that, man. Since I joined the NASRA, it's been evolving and it's been expanding, and it's awesome to be a part of this for sure. I want to thank you guys for delivering a good show out there. Whether it's 10 cars, 20, 30, 40 trucks, or cars out there, you guys always deliver, and I appreciate every one of you guys. I want to thank Brady for sure for holding this NASRA thing together for quite some time. And I want to thank my main sponsor, SurfPro, for always coming on board and allowing me to have their logo on my hood there.
Yeah, I'd have to be a little bit biased, but I have to 100% agree with you there, Raul, about NASRA. Thank you very much for joining us in the booth. Thank you very much for the great show you put on the track.
Absolutely. One last thing, I want to thank Warrior Esports, all my teammates at Warrior Esports, for allowing me to join them and put them up in the podium.
All
All right,
right.
Raul. We thank you for coming out tonight. Good luck to you the rest of the week.
Thanks, fellas.
All right, Adam. And now I'm going to bring in the second place finisher tonight, runner up, Mr. Kyle Hess. Hey, Kyle. So, tell us how your race went tonight. And we talked to you at that stage break about the first run. What happened in that second run?
People like to block, like like that, like things like that make me want to wreck somebody.
uh,
like
what,
because those two knew I had the faster truck, but they raced me clean, they raced me hard. There's nothing wrong with that, but I guess it's just me knowing that I had the faster car than or truck than Rhett, and I got stuck behind them, and I lost a lot of time, and
yeah.
so no, like it was overall it was a good race. Like I enjoyed it. I'm a little bit frustrated because like I had a fast truck and I couldn't get up there and run with Rhett like I wanted to.
So I know you raced here about 3 weeks ago in the Triple M Pulling series on Friday night. So did the track seem like it was the same as that race, or was it a little bit more challenging? Tell us a little bit about that.
Um, I don't think it was as challenging. There wasn't as many trucks on the track, so it kind of made it easier. To be honest, um, hell, I don't even remember. I remember running in that race, but I don't think I lasted long before I got wrecked out. So uh, I would say this race was way better than my last race for sure.
Oh, this is Adam over here. You know, you ran that first stage, looked like you saved your tires really good at that first stage, was running down Rhett. The second stage, did you feel like he just ran harder, maybe saved his tires better? Did you feel like racing those guys, you just kind of burnt your stuff up there a good bit?
No, like at the beginning of the run, what I was going to do was trying to stay behind Rhett as close as I could to make him run faster, to make him run his tires up. But the two behind me decided they wanted to run fast and heat up their tires and hold me up after I tried to get back by them. So
Yeah, we were definitely, we were definitely kind of debating what you were going to do after we talked to you after the end of that stage. Weren't sure if you were going to lay back and save a little bit still, or go after him and push him to use up his tires.
no,
But you,
I was gonna go try to push him and push up push him and use up his tires a little bit more. But once was his name Patrick and Raul came up on me, like in my brain it was just telling me not to fight him, just let him go and try to save my tires for because the more you fight being passed, especially on the bottom of these corners, you're just chewing up your tires. So it's best to just let them go, fall back, regroup, and get them when you can get them. So,
absolutely. Great talking to you, Kyle. Got anybody you'd like to thank and shout out?
I'd like to thank everybody in the league, all of our sponsors. Let's see, Sim Racers Hub, Pulse Poppers, 213 Simware, Over the Top, Triple M, probably missing some more, Butt Kicker. You guys in the booth, NASRA 360, Warrior Raps, everybody who helps make this thing go around, man. Brady. So appreciate everything y'all do and time that everyone takes out to make this thing work.
Well, we certainly appreciate you, Kyle, and your commitment to NASRA. So thank you again. Congratulations on runner-up tonight, and good luck the rest of the week.
Man, I appreciate it. What was think if we are we running anything for Wednesday or Thursday?
Yes, there is a recruitment race tomorrow. Thank you for bringing that up for the Super Speedway Series starting on Wednesday nights.
All right, so I'll be there for that, and I'll definitely be there for Friday. So
Sounds good. Well, good luck to you the rest of the way.
yes, sir.
All right, Adam, and now it's the man of the hour. We're going to bring in Rhett Tucker here, your winner tonight at Rockingham. Rhett, you got us?
What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going tonight? I know you're in a good mood after that victory. Now we saw Kyle challenge you before that stage break. What did you change to make your truck so much more dominant that second run?
Funny you ask. Um, I really just started being more aware of my front tires, right? Because at the end of the first stage, they were absolutely gone. He ran me down. So at all costs, I avoided my front tires pushing and being in the throttle. So my front tires weren't biting. I was off the gas completely, pretty much. And so I'd either roll or half throttle the corner until I felt the front of it stick, and I get back into the throttle. So I was driving off of the right rear more than the right front in the second stage. And it helped.
I got you, and that definitely helps out. Now, is this your first time at Rockingham? How many? Tell us a little bit about the history of Rockingham with you. You have a couple of starts here and kind of know the track real well.
Um, I think that was my first truck race here. I love Rockingham. I like it in ARCA. I ran a next gen race here and wound up wrecking out of that. But yeah, I love the track. It's got a lot of character. I dig the. You can run two lanes, two different lines in 1 and 2. That's cool. But it's just got a lot of character. The bumps, the corners. It's different. It's unlike any other track. It's tough.
Rhett, this is Adam over here. Great race there. Seems like you're fast everywhere you go, which, sometimes I hate that racing against you. But, you know, definitely like you were just way fast here tonight. That's 2 wins in a row, I believe, for this night for you. So, how does that make you feel moving forward?
Good. I wish I was paying more attention to the points earlier in the season. I wasn't very committed. I wasn't sure, how this was all going to play out. And then last week was like a spontaneous start for me. And then today I saw somebody talking about championship next weekend, and I looked at points, and I'm kind of close on points. So shame on me for not paying enough attention. But it's fun. I love running trucks with you guys. Just wish we had our car count up.
Yeah, I absolutely wish we could have more cars race with us, and there's a lot of good opportunity here in NASRA. So you're right. Next week we're racing at Las Vegas. It'll be the championship race for you guys. What do you think? Is that a good track for you? You gonna go out there and get it done?
Hell yeah, man! That's a fast track. I think it'll be. It should put on some good racing because it's for the most part it's wide open. There's a lot of chances to pass at that track, I guess, and it should be good for a good show. If that makes sense. Should put on a good show.
All right. Well, it was great. Talking to you. Congratulations on your win tonight. Got anybody you'd like to shout out?
Thank you, man. Yeah, you guys doing the broadcast. I think that's a big aspect of league racing. I think getting viewers and fans and everybody sharing the broadcast. I share it every time they are streamed. Thank you guys for doing that. Malware Bites, um, Brady for NASRA. Everybody doing the NASRA administration. And everybody watching. Thank you.
Thank you, Rhett. Congratulations again on your win.
Thank you, man.
Yep, congratulations, Rhett. We'll look to see you in the near future, and good luck to you next week in the championship race.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, Brady, a good race there. Definitely. Congratulations to Rhett Tucker. What's any final thoughts on the race tonight?
Oh, just congratulations to Rhett, man. I mean, he's always fast, and you like to race with guys like that. Hopefully you could learn from them. Maybe Kyle learned from some of the things he did. We saw Zach run up front with them, Patrick, Raul. So it's always good to see that 99 blue truck. It's definitely great paint scheme. So good to see him running up front, and I'm sure he'll be one of the favorites next week at the championship race at Las Vegas.
Yeah, so gonna be a huge race next Tuesday night at Las Vegas. A lot of guys showing up and racing for a $675 championship prize. For that championship next week. So, gonna be very fun to watch. It's gonna be very fun to broadcast. What did we looking? We're looking forward to a lot right there, right? So,
Absolutely, and always want to thank you guys for coming out and doing a great job. Our producer Cody Knott, he does a great job producing, and Adam, you are just doing an awesome job announcing. So we appreciate you guys for sure.
thank you, Brady, and absolutely Cody, not our producer. We don't thank him enough. He does a great job, with all the camera work and everything and keeping up with us. Well, guys, I hope y'all really enjoyed the race tonight. It was a fun race to watch. Rhett Tucker, congratulations once again to him on his win here at Rockingham. Uh, Tune in next week, next Tuesday night, here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network as these drivers race for a championship at Las Vegas. Gonna be definitely one to watch there. And well, that will conclude our race tonight. And for Cody Knott and Brady LaBeouf, I'm Adam Newbert. Thanks for watching.